Hey, in this video, I would like to share with you all how I was able to successfully rebuild my life correctly over the past 12 months. First, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Tiara Cherie. I am the founder of Her Healing Matters, and I've been healing in this past season of 12 months from last October 2022 to October 2023. And I want to share with you, what has transpired and how I was able to go through this healing journey of my finances and even my confidence. And I really feel that I've done it correctly, and I want to share with you some tips on how I was able to do that. Last October 2022, I worked my business, worked it very hard, had clients, was doing very well, investing in my business to grow my business while simultaneously working in grants. I was an account manager, and I held a really great position, income, very healthy. And in October, I was released. I was let go. And I thought that I could just easily transition because that's what I have been used to doing. Also, I've always had multiple streams of income, but I realized during the pandemic things have changed, not just with me, but just everyone in the world, and that has affected my business also. Some of my clients did not rebook. Some of them did not enroll in my coaching program, and so you could say that I was hit hard financially. So I thought that I could just pick back up and continue on in my business when one of my major streams of income, plummeted. But that did not easily happen for me in that season. Let me tell you, it was really challenging for me, not just financially, but emotionally and even spiritually. I feel like I've been tested, and I'll share with you how. But I thought that I could fall back on, financial cushion. Those things were held up. I believe everything is spiritual, so I believe that things were held up in the realm of the spirit as well as in the natural realm. And for about 3 months, I had limited income, almost no income. That's how limited it was, while taking care of my 3 boys and really working hard not to lose my home and everything that I worked so hard for. So with that said, I almost faced eviction, first time in my life, going to court and having to, try to work out an arrangement. Thankfully, I was able to do that, but it has taken me to an ultimate low because I thought that this would be the first time in my life as a mom that I would have to, share with my children that, they may have to move, and that we would be split up. And that broke my heart, and it put me in a state of depression. Even as a believer, even as someone who believed God and see the hand of God, I was really challenged. I was really tested in that season of my life. Went to court, although at the time, the landlords that I had rented from, they had all great things to say about me, but it is what it is. I owed a lot of money. Fast forward, I was able to make an agreement to stay in my home, but spiritually I knew that my time was up. And so that's why I think and believe and know that everything is spiritual. Although I had made an agreement, things were going well, I was able to stay. I knew my time was up, and I knew that I still had to transition out of that home and out of that zip code and out of that demographic into where I am today. It's a place that I've been many years ago, and I had a desire and a prayer to come back to a community that I love, where I could raise my children, where it felt safer for them, even with their schools and their opportunities. So I found my place, but that wasn't it, y'all. You would think that after God had blessed me with the house and the home that I really wanted, that it would be easy. No, I had to rebuild from scratch, and I'm going to tell you why. Fast forward, I was able to make an agreement to stay in my home. But spiritually, I knew that my time was up. And so that's why I think and believe and know that everything is spiritual. Although I had made an agreement, things were going well, I was able to stay. I knew my time was up, and I knew that I still had to transition out of that home and out of that zip code and out of that demographic into where I am today. It's a place that I've been many years ago, and I had a desire and a prayer to come back to a community that I love, where I could raise my children, where it felt safer for them, even with their schools and their opportunities. So I found my place, but that wasn't it, y'all. You would think that after God had blessed me with the house and the home that I really wanted, that it would be easy. No, I had to rebuild from scratch, and I'm going to tell you why. So I moved, but here's the thing. It was my choice to start over, because I knew that this was going to be a new season that I was declaring over my life. So I discarded everything. And I know y'all probably think I'm crazy, but I literally got rid of everything, and I didn't even sell it, okay? I got rid of it, my furniture, my bedroom set, every single thing. And I'm just going to be transparent. When I came back to the community and the zip code that I had lived a while ago, I came back with absolutely nothing. I came back with stronger faith after being tested, but I came back with these full-size air beds that look like beds. We slept on that for, I want to say, a few weeks until we got our bedroom set. So it wasn't long that I started buying the beds that we wanted for our home, but we did what we had to do. Now, for all of you who are judging the process and who probably feels that, well, how can you do this? You have 3 boys. Why would you do this to them? They did not suffer a lick. We were all in agreement as a family. I sit down with my children. I have these meetings with my children, and not to overshare or overindulge or even have them worry about, how mom's going to pay the bills and all of these other things. But I did give them some insight, and I did make them aware of some of the challenges that I faced, because there was a fear. But I also gave them my idea and my, my goal, and how I wanted my outcome to be. So we agreed that we would start over, and they were ready to start over. They were ready to move too. So we started over, and we did what we had to do. And I will say that it has taken me about 6 months to rebuild, and I'm going to share with you how. Before I share with you how I did it, and before I share with you more details on how and why it has taken as long as it did, I want to share with you the reason why I was able to rebuild my life after, my finances plummeting and me experiencing financial deprivation in that season. The reason why I was able to pick my life back up in a year, which sometimes take people longer, is because I had the faith, I had the focus, and I had the determination. And I used my season of singleness, I can't even speak, and I'm not going to edit this, to focus on me, to focus on my healing, and I didn't have any distractions. And so that has helped me tremendously with not having anyone in my way. So with that, I got focused, got tunnel vision, wrote out a vision for myself, recreated a plan for my life, saw myself where I wanted to see myself. I had a vision for it, and then I began to work toward it. So I began to save. I found my house. I had favor at my new residence. And then I started to rebuild. And I remember hearing the Holy Spirit say, rebuild correctly. Build day by day, item by item. Don't overwhelm yourself, and don't think you can do it all at once. That is something that I'm used to doing. I'm used to just going, getting what I want, and not having any reservations. But this time it was different, and there was a reason for that. It taught me patience, it taught me perseverance, and it taught me to really stand and trust in God and trust the process and the outcome. And that's what I did. And it has taken me to fully furnish my house from top to bottom 6 months is what I meant to say. 6 months. It took me to furnish my house from top to bottom the way that I envisioned, because I knew I didn't want to bring the old into the new. I wanted everything new, and God has blessed me with new. I humble myself. I went back to work. I prayed for a position that will be purposeful, meaningful, even spiritual. And I'm just going to show you a little hint of where I am and how these are in every office. Okay, so that gives you a little indication of where I'm working. So I've been able to rebuild. Things have just been flowing just like that. As soon as I got the lesson, learned the lesson, and realized that I should have put up for emergencies, I should have been more responsible with my finances. And though you can't always avoid things, one thing I did in the past was put up for rainy days. I put up for emergencies. I would literally have food and different emergency items in my emergency closet. And of course, you know, with the pandemic, you go through your supply, but it made me realize how I need to really plan for the future and not just live on a whim, but really be responsible and really learn about financial literacy and really plan and prepare for anything that can take place. So now I'm just taking more responsibility about how I spend my money. Yes, I enjoy the fruits of my labor, but I want to be more responsible. So I am really making sure that I don't waste my money, but that I really truly plan for my future and learning more about financial literacy and how I can put up for the future and for my children. Some things are, you know, out of our control, but whatever that we can control, then we should be diligent about doing so. So I have some steps in place, as well as working on multiple streams of income and having multiple streams of income with businesses and business opportunities. And so I want to help more single moms be able to plan for their future in case anything come about, whether it's a storm or a tsunami. So although I'm not a financial planner, but if you're going through a drought and you feel like you need to start over and you want to rebuild correctly, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, send me a message and I can share some insight. I can give you some resources, offer them to you, and I will certainly help you with the tools and strategies that I use to rebuild my life. Though it may have taken a year, I believe that I rebuilt correctly, and now I can have peace and joy and abundance in my life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to your message.